I'm Brian with Back to Basics, and today we're going to be talking about kombucha. Kombucha is a fermented tea drink that's been around for centuries. It's packed full of vitamin B, digestive enzymes, and glucaric acid, all of which makes kombucha a powerhouse full of health benefits such as detoxification, improved digestion, and improved liver function. There's many other health benefits on top of that. In fact, some people even claim it can cure cancer. President Reagan back in 1987 was diagnosed with stomach cancer, and it's been alleged that he made kombucha part of his daily regimen in order to combat that cancer. In 2004 he passed away, but he passed away due to old age and not stomach cancer. So there might be something to this. I certainly think that there might be. Commercially, you can buy kombucha in bottles such as this at any local health food store, and the prices range from $3 to $5. Alternatively, you can make your own at home for far cheaper with a few basic ingredients and following a few basic rules. If you can boil water, you can make your own kombucha at home. When it comes to ingredients, first and foremost, you're going to need quality H2O. Here, I have filtered and steam distilled water, granulated sugar, and black tea. Additionally, you'll need what is referred to as a SCOBY. It's an acronym, SCOBY, and it stands for a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. And that is that white pancake that's floating on that liquid there. And yes, I know it looks disgusting, but you can think of it in terms of how you would add yeast to dough to turn it into bread, or how you would add yeast to juice in order to turn it into wine. Other people refer to SCOBYs as a mushroom, while you'll hear other people refer to it as a mother. They're all one and the same. People call it a mother because by the end of the fermentation process, you end up with two SCOBYs instead of one. It actually duplicates itself. The original mother is on the bottom, the newer baby is on the top. And obviously you can see the original is a little bit darker. They get darker as you progress. You can use each SCOBY about 5 times before it kind of loses its oomph. Where can you buy your original SCOBY? You can find one online from a reputable dealer. You can get one from a friend who's already brewing kombucha, or you can go to your local health food store, buy a bottle of commercial kombucha, and just pour the contents into your batch, and eventually it'll form its own SCOBY. The preferred method is to start out with a healthy SCOBY from the very beginning. Okay, so what you end up doing is you bring to a boil 16 cups of water, you add 1 cup of sugar, and then you add 10 to 16 bags of black tea. You turn off the heat and you let the tea steep for a few hours or until it comes to room temperature. Alright, I told you there was a few basic rules, and one of those rules are that both of these have to be room temperature when you add the tea to the SCOBY. Additionally, after you add the tea, there should be no contact with metal whatsoever. Metal is the enemy, and that's why we have a 1-gallon glass jar here, and we have individual serving bottles made out of glass and plastic lids. Metal is the enemy. Additionally, when you handle the actual SCOBY, you are to wash your hands with clean water. No soap, no soap, no soap. Soap is antibacterial, and the SCOBY is bacteria and yeast. Think about it. As you can see, I poured the black tea into the 1-gallon glass jar. The SCOBY at this point is tilted downwards. Sometimes it sinks to the bottom, sometimes it stays floating at the top. Whatever it does for you, do not be concerned. It will eventually find its way back to the top. I left some room at the top of the jar for this very purpose. Now, at this point, you're going to want to cover the top of the jar. Most people use cheesecloth and rubber band to secure it. I, however, have used the lid from the glass cookie jar. And this seems to work just fine. You're going to want to put that on a shelf, wait 7 to 10 days for it to ferment. Day 7, you'll want to check it, see if it's to your liking. If not, let it go longer until it is to your liking. And at that time, you can bottle it. You're going to want to leave the new SCOBYs in the jar after you're done bottling. And with the SCOBYs, you're going to want to leave a good
inch to an inch and a half of actual kombucha to keep those SCOBYs hydrated until you are ready to reuse them for your next batch. And this is Brian from Back to Basics. Remember, good planets are hard to find.